You're here, I'm pleased, I really feel your company. Your style, your smile, your pace mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what a king's supposed to be.
Excuse me, miss. I was in the waiting room when you gave your testimony. And what I realized is that we have an enemy in common. While you were being called to the office again, I was being put out the only home I've ever known. While you were shaking with anxiety and fear over something no one ever wants to hear, I was shaking in dread. Because we all know what happens to little girls that have no home and no one to claim them. I think our souls passed each other by. See, my soul left me a long time ago in a dingy motel room, ripped away by brutal force. It fled, unable to find its way back home.
Historical people, who would you want in your seat and why?
Wow. I guess because I'm different. You know, I'm not really starstruck. And so it would be hard to really pinpoint anybody in particular. First person that just came to my mind, you know, I mean, if I had an opportunity to cut Denzel, you know, I would.
That's a good one.
I'd do that.
That would be a dope conversation.
Exactly.
How important is diversity in your work, considering you grew up in a bilingual, bicultural home?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very important. I think at this point, just in society, there's just so much diversity. You know, whether it be in language, whether it be in your upbringing, whether it be, you know, whatever that is. And so I think growing up in, you know, a bilingual household as well as really a bicultural, despite the fact that, you know, my parents are you know, both of Hispanic descent, but growing up in two different cultures of, you know, very traditional values in the home and very different, and sometimes similar values, right, outside of the home, but in different ways, right?
Yeah.
He tests those whom he loves. I pray he continues to love me till my death. I pray he continues testing me and testing me and testing me until I have no questions left. Until I can ingest knowledge and choke on lies and spit out truth with every breath. But you see, until love for what he loves and hate for what he hates is the only thing that's left within my chest. I know that I will constantly fight to love what's right because I was created with a heart that sits slightly to the left. But I'm okay with that. Because I always knew and always know that he knows exactly what is best. You see, he knew that it would only be a matter of time before I would open my eyes and finally realize that I needed to look deep down inside and pull out the divide so that my heart and my mind would collide and learn to work together.
All of our Facebook guests out there. Today is another day, and I hope all of you are enjoying yourselves, and we hope that we will express some things today that might be inspiring to some of you and uplifting to others. Today we have a very special guest who happens to be my ex-boss, and I'm glad that I can say that now. I'm putting him on the hot seat, and what he has behind him, he has. This is Mr. Stephen Johnson. I'll give it up for Stephen Johnson. I can call him Stephen now. Yeah. Okay. He it was originally from Houston, Texas. He graduated from Ross Sterling High School. I'll let him tell a year. He received a full ride scholarship to attend Texas Southern University and Rice University, where he earned 2 Bachelors of Science degrees in physics and electrical engineering. And he spent his summer working at MIT Lincoln Laboratories. And we're gonna stop right there and just get a chance to get acquainted with Mr. Johnson, because we know that there are a lot of critics to his on his record, and we're going to explore some more. But we want to know just how you got started, Mr. Johnson. You started in Houston, Texas, and we see you this alpha male who has accomplished a whole lot of things, as you will see. But somehow he had to have gotten grounded some way. So we just want to hear your story, how it began.
I'd say Bethel Baptist Church was where I got my Christian foundation at.
Right.
And it's pretty much, they planted a lot of seeds in me.
Okay.
It allowed me to be able to do some things at the church. I was baptized at a young age, but didn't confess Christ until I was graduating out of high school. I had the opportunity to teach Sunday school class, a Bible class at Bethel.
Oh, that's good.
And I did tutoring on the side while I was at Bethel.
Oh, that's good.
And that's kind of got me interested in teaching later on in life, because I was able to do some tutoring on the side. I look back in my education in junior high. I was a fool in middle school. I literally was a fool.
I hear that.
I literally was a fool in middle school.
It doesn't matter how you start off, it's how you end it, okay?
I literally was a fool in middle school. And that's one reason I wanted to teach at middle school, because that's where the light actually came on for me. In middle school, I started off in advanced classes, and in those advanced classes, I saw the same kids every day, every period.
Okay.
And it was really, they ended up kicking me out of there because I was acting up. They ended up kicking me out, so I got a chance to see some other students in the school. Oh, man.
So did they see this potential in you by you acting up so much? Did they think that maybe you could have been, you always knew that you had that skill, in certain areas, but acting up in classroom calls the teachers.
They literally said,
some little issues.
They said, you got to find something else to do with him because he cannot stay in this class.
Were you keeping up in your work, or you just
I was
interested at that time, but you knew you had the potential?
Well, I knew I had the potential, but I wanted to be a clown. And that's basically what I did. I ended up going to the regular classes, and I was still on that same track. And literally, I had one teacher telling me she was going to flunk me. I never flunked a class in my life.
Oh, okay.
And she said she was going to flunk me. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. And that literally turned my life around, because I was really boo-hooing because I thought I was going to flunk that class.
So how would flunking have felt to your parents or your upbringing in your family?
My parents pretty much said, if you don't, I think this was before no pass, no play. If I don't bring A's and B's home, I couldn't play football. I played football in middle school.
Okay, that's good.
And I ran track.
That's good.
And but if I ain't had the grades, and during the football season, I would always have the grades. Okay, my grades was up, but after the season was over, my grades came down.
I guess we've seen that on a whole lot of youngsters.
I ended up play football in junior high. Actually, junior high was 7th through 9th.
Okay.
I ended up on the track team. I was on the mile relay team, and we won all city.
Okay.
Mile relay.
With your help.
Yeah.
With your input. That's good.
With my input, I ran scratch on the leg. You know,
But
I ain't gonna
you
tell
were
you
part of.
everything. I ain't gonna tell you everything that happened in my scratch
Tell us,
leg.
no, yes. But you were part of the team.
I was part of the team. I was a scratch leg.
That's why you always stress to us teamwork. It doesn't matter what position you played on the team. You just part of the team, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, I ended up playing football in high school.
Okay.
Played linebacker. Ended up making second team All City as a linebacker.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? That,
already we see progress.
Yeah.
Okay. Already your parents probably said, we see potential now.
Actually, my grades picked up in the 9th grade because I was like, I saw kids getting awards.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, why? You know, the reason I wasn't getting them because I wasn't taking, school seriously.
Okay.
So I said, I need to do better. And then from my 9th grade on, my grades was really important to me. But it wasn't until I got to the 10th grade, my teacher I had really made an impact on me. She saw something in me that I didn't see.
Okay, that's good.
You know what I mean? She saw something.
That's good.
Her name is Margie Taylor. She's still living now.
Oh, how beautiful.
And,
We've heard
get
this.
a chance to bless her. I had the opportunity to go by and bless her a while back. But she told me that I was going to be an engineer.
Really?
Yes. I didn't even know what an engineer was.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He said, you're going to be an engineer. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And literally I was behind because I was out of the advanced class. I was behind in my math.
Okay.
And she had it set up where I ended up my 11th grade year. I ended up taking 2 math classes at the same time. So I could catch up. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have had an opportunity to be in position to get a scholarship.
That is wonderful.
You know what I mean?
That is
so
wonderful.
I still owe a lot to her.
Sometimes it only takes that one person.
And look,
that's right.
Man. Oh man.
And then from there, you were able to go ahead and move ahead. And I'm gonna speak a little louder, make sure everybody hears me. You were able to get a full ride scholarship after all that, just sort of lagging back, and then you made it. You made it.
And it was there's an interesting story behind that. Is that I literally there's a number of people in my class that actually got the scholarship. I hadn't gotten it. Okay, a number of people had gotten it, and my pastor had he had a thing that he was doing, and he said, "Write your prayer request and put it in this Bible."
Okay, that's wonderful.
And I ended up writing my prayer request, putting it in the Bible. And a couple weeks after that, I got something in the mail.
Look at
saying
that!
I was
Look at that!
A full ride. Praise God.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
It was not easy. Okay, it wasn't easy. I'll tell you what's funny was I ended up staying on campus my freshman year. And actually, I didn't even finish staying on campus my freshman year, but I started off my freshman year on campus. And the students would call me Preach.
Oh, okay.
They would call me, my roommate, they called me Preach because, I mean, I wouldn't.
You had that appearance of a straightforward. They said Preach.
They called me Preach because literally, I didn't do a whole lot of things outside. I did my books,
that's good.
I went to church,
that's
what
good.
I mean? And I was part of the Baptist Student Union.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Baptist Student Union while I was there. End up where I think we had went on the second semester, we literally went on a retreat, and I came back, and I had a new roommate. He's from New York, and he played football for TSU, and he ended up selling drugs.
Wow!
Out the room.
Oh wow!
Okay, I'm coming back now. He has a garment bag.
Okay.
Weed he's selling out the room.
Wow.
And I had people knocking on the door.
Okay.
And they said HPB.
Oh.
And I said, wow. Oh no, I cannot stay
here. No.
I cannot stay here.
Okay.
So I ended up moving back home because I didn't want to be in a position where if the real HPB came.
Okay. Oh, they were playing. They would
Yeah, they were joking saying HPD, but if the real
Wow.
HPD
Oh yeah, that's
you know,
true.
me and you
That's
not
good.
having this conversation
Okay,
right
that's
now.
good. The whole course of your life would have just changed trajectory. Another. Oh wow,
Yeah, we're not having
that's good that you made that decision to go back home.
Yeah.
And then,
but then I with at TSU, I ended up getting a job offer to go to Cambridge.
okay,
With MIT Lincoln Laboratory, and it
okay,
was designed to get HBCU engineers to attend MIT
okay,
to pursue a master's.
that's
And
good.
after 5 years, when I got my degree, I got an offer to go there, and I had an offer to go to Westinghouse, and I had an offer to come here to Fort Worth.
Okay.
And I ended up choosing the offer to come here because I wanted to be close to the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, I think that's what drove me to Texas. Tony Dorsett and that little whole group of people. Wow. So that was the attraction. That's good. So you worked at, and then you worked at General Dynamics.
I worked there for 6 years. For 3 years, I worked on I had a secret clearance, top secret clearance. And I worked on the job that they ended up moving me to St. Louis. So I was actually in St. Louis for a couple of years. And literally, my wife did not know where I was going.
Okay.
She thought I was going to General Dynamics, but I was actually going to McDonnell Douglas.
So somewhere during this interim, you had got married.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere during this time.
I got married.
That's good.
Yeah, I got married a couple of years after I moved to Fort Worth. I ended up meeting my wife at Beth Eden Baptist Church. And
that is so wonderful. Yeah, everything that because you're still affiliated.
Yeah, with Beth Eden Baptist.
And we're going to get into that later too, because that's good.
Yeah, and I've been, her.
Seems like your path was already just planned.
Yeah, it looked like
your footsteps were already ordered. That's good.
I really believe they were on it.
Oh yeah.
I really believe they were on it.
That's good.
So wife and I got married. I think it was probably after maybe about 6 months. We had bought a house and everything, but my job sent me to before I got married. Actually, I was in St. Louis for a year, and came back home, got married, and I was in Fort Worth for about 6 months. Then I ended up, me and my wife moving to St. Louis for a couple of years, and working on this project. Like I said, she didn't know where I was actually going to work.
Surprise! Let's go. Okay. Oh, well, that's good.
And I was just telling Willie that while I was actually in St. Louis, me and my wife was just sitting out back, and I was like, if I was to die today, I would really be unhappy. And I was literally making good money.
I can imagine.
But if I was to die today, I would not be happy because I didn't feel like I had an impact on life. Okay. You know what I mean? And like I said, I started tutoring at my church, Bethel, and then I ended up when I was an engineer, I would go back. General Dynamics had things set up where you can go back into Fort Worth and sub while a teacher was out.
Okay.
And I took advantage of that.
Okay.
I like that. And so what happened was, you see Diana Hawkins over there.
I do.
Yeah, Alabama person.
I do. We're gonna try to have her as a guest on here too. That is wonderful.
As long as y'all don't talk about Alabama, it'll be all right. But what happened was, I told my wife I wanted to do something different. I ended up seeing a little blurb in the paper. It said, "Do you want to be a teacher?"
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? And I said, "This is
how you can give back after all those little distractions you caused in the classroom. Hey, I can give back. I can help somebody else not to travel in that direction." Okay.
So I ended up getting an alternative certification through Texas Christian University.
Okay.
And in that, I had two teaching offers. I had one to William James and one to Forest Oak. The one to William James, they wanted me to teach life science. That wasn't my background.
Okay.
And the one at Forest Oak, They wanted me to teach math. And I tell this joke to people is that at Forest Oak, I left my job to go over there to interview. It was like around 5 or something like that. They literally interviewed me on the steps. I don't know if they wanted me to go in, and they didn't want me to go in or not, but they interviewed me on the steps, and they ended up hiring. And to be honest about it, that was truly a blessing to be able to
have gone to Forest Oak.
Look,
it was a blessing.
It was all set up. I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna tell you why it was set up, because I was went to Beth Eden, and while I was at Beth Eden, majority of the kids
were from that community, Forest Oak.
And they went to Forest Oak. So I taught majority of the kids that came through. I ended up teaching.
Yeah, let me tell you a funnier joke.
What's that?
You know, because I live in this neighborhood, and I told myself, because of the reputation that Forest Oak had, I said my kids would never go to Forest Oak. But all of a sudden they were of that age, and I let them go to Forest Oak. I walked in. They didn't let you go in. They interviewed you on the steps. I walked in. I said, what in the world? There is no way. And I told the principal, they need to be out now. I did not want them to go there. And some way I convinced them, and I took them out. And the only way I allowed my last child to go there is because they told me it's a new principal, and he's made changes. He's changed things as far as Oak, and I had to go and see it for myself. So that's why my daughter went through Forest Oak, because you made a difference. Y'all give it up for it. Y'all give it up for it. He made a difference.
I did not
That's
know
right.
That.
Yeah. That's the only reason she went to Forest Oak. And it was worth it. It was worth it.
And I ended up, my first year, I literally cried when school was out. I literally boo-hooed and cried because the kids was gone. I was crying because I was literally. I saw that.
I saw that you had written it. I said, "Wow!"
I literally did, and I still keep up. I want to say a good percentage of the kids I had in middle school my first year. I still keep up with. Actually, been one the other day at a funeral, and I went to his wedding.
Mr. Johnson.
Him and his wife. I taught both of them. You know, they got married probably about 10 years ago.
That is so wonderful. You do have a passion. I do see you on different arenas. I don't attend many funerals, but I do see you in other settings. You're always there. That's good that you find the time, and it's so important to young people that you work with. So when you started, the challenge that you had, there were some challenges. As far as
it was.
How did you get the community on board with however you were implementing how did you come up with a strategy to resolve some of the extreme, believe you me, there were extreme issues, yes. So how did you come up with strategies to address problems that you knew you would have in this community?
Some of the things I did was I took my teachers to schools that look like us, so they can kind of get a feel. You know, this can happen. So we each year I looked at a school that had the same kind of population like we did, and I would take them down and kind of pick up some ideas to bring back to our school. One of the things that was important to me too is that we have majority of our students in our schools are good students, and we don't get a chance. Too often we don't recognize those students. So it was important to me to make sure that I had my created teams, and each team were responsible for recognizing a student each month.
That's really good. That was
not just
strategy.
recognize them. We would put their picture on the in the main office, so everybody can see who was the student of the month. We wanted them also recognized. Made a big deal about recognized AB honor roll. At that time, we did not have a National Junior Honor Society. It was important for me to make sure that we had a National Junior Honor Society. I wanted the kids to have a feel. I wanted kids to enjoy going to school. And that was important to me.
I wanted
them to enjoy it. And I tried to have activities. We had parades. Okay,
Oh,
in middle
okay.
school we had parades.
Okay, that's good. That's important. All those
You
things
know,
are important for kids.
and we had homecoming dances, and
Oh, that's
so it was important for me for the kids to have that kind of experience as they prepare going to the next level. For me, it was all about making sure the kids got a quality education. I made sure that the teachers was put in position as much as possible to be successful with the students by giving them what they needed to be successful. We had a grant where we were able to do some things. We used to keep a newsletter about the different things that are going on at the school. And we ended up having doing a community project where we have some community people come in and work on our campus to kind of do some beautification work at our campus.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Johnson. I'm so impressed.
Then my second year, I ended up being principal of the year.
That's what principal of the year. That is good. That's good. That's good. Wonderful, Mr. Johnson. That's good. They were not used to those type of things going on, that positive things that were taking place. You came up with some creative, innovative ideas to make it work.
Yeah, one of the things I had my office staff doing that. It took a while for them to get to it, but I said, anytime you answer the phone, hello, this is the best middle school in
Look at you. I like that. I like that, Mr. Johnson. That's wonderful.
I wanted everything to be positive. And the sad part about it, not sad, is that there's a lot of great things going on in the majority of the schools.
Yeah.
All you have to do is have one negative thing. Everybody should forget everything else that you do.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And
those negative things sort of stand out, but you made sure that there were enough positive things to sort of override it.
To make sure that continue to put out as much positive as possible.
Oh, that's good. Well, you got a lot of support and
people. A lot of support. I have families. Miss Trailer, which was one of my parents, and I don't know how I could have done it without Miss Trailer.
I have put that down. That's my neighbor too, and she just spoke about him yesterday. She loved you too.
I love Miss Trailer.
She said you helped her.
I love Miss Trailer. Okay.
You helped her to come out and support things that she didn't even think that she would probably be involved with.
Nah,
but they knew.
Look, whatever I needed for her to do
she
as
did
a parent
to
get parents involved, she did it.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
Whatever I need, I can't say enough about Miss Trailer. And I got a lot of other parents that I'm still connected with. The Simons, the Jacksons.
So the Jacksons, I know them too.
Lisa Jackson.
Oh no, okay, I know.
Linda Simon. I taught their kids, but no.
Okay, were there any times that you thought something might have been just a heavy burden, too overwhelming and you had to really come up with some creative ideas to handle? What's one thing that you think might have been your most challenging task?
Challenging task?
Or I can rephrase that. Or do you have any regrets, or sometimes in your mind you think you would have changed things a little different, or done things a little differently to have a better outcome than you did?
I got a couple things now. When I was an AP, I probably I'm real strictly for rules. Real strictly. I might have been the most.
Broke some rules, yeah.
I might have been the most hated AP principal at the school when I was an AP at Wyatt. Okay, I probably was most hated because I was real strict for rules. You know, this was a rule. This we're gonna do.
Rules, rules. You're right.
I think one of the things too is that at the time students didn't appreciate it, but in the end, they wanted somebody to control the campus.
That's right. That's right.
They wanted somebody to control the campus.
They do.
Because somebody has to be in charge.
They need boundaries. They really expect boundaries. They really do want that.
Right. It can't be the students. So, but that I have one instance. This is my last couple of years actually at Wyatt. I had some young men they had already came over with a history. Okay.
Oh,
They like to fight. They came over with a history like to fight, and
and you had already gotten the ups on that, so you planning mentally. Hey, let me see how we going.
And I was sitting in my office, and in my office, some kids was outside, and they literally play boxing. Okay, it ain't that big a deal, but for me, people passing down the street.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. But they got
that's
kids
right. The image,
it don't look good. And I said, well,
that's right.
I got to do something. So I end up embracing those young people.
Oh, how you do that, Mr. Johnson?
I actually end up embracing them. We ended up coming up with a mentor group.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, pastor from True Vine.
Okay.
Came over and worked with me, and I can't say enough for what he was able to do, because we allowed these young people to be able to experience a lot of different things outside of school.
Okay,
you know
that's
what I mean,
wonderful.
to motivate them. We have different things we did with them during school. Actually, your son-in-law was a part of that at one time, and he wasn't one. He wasn't the one that was not your son-in-law. Not your son, but he's related to your son-in-law. He's related to your son-in-law.
I know. I can imagine.
Mohammed.
He was a part of that.
Yeah, he's a part of it. Now,
I was too shocked.
He wasn't a boxer.
But that's good that you utilized him and sort of steered his mind in that direction. That's good.
He was actually attracted to the thing that we was trying to do.
That's when you were at ODY.
Yes, when I was at ODY.
That's wonderful. Yeah. I was wondering what was the key component that helped him to sort of change. That's wonderful. Okay, that's good, Mr. Johnson. So you had that impact. So the difference in high school, because you ultimately they call you to be the principal at ODY High School from vice principal.
Yeah, I can tell you a story behind that. Literally, well, there was rumor that I was going to go to Dunbar. And, actually, Dr. Sims called me and said, "No, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't got to worry about it. You go
stay in this community. That's good.
Stay in this community." And I was glad of that, because I literally, I ended up loving Dunbar later on in my life.
Yeah, but
at the time, I'd been a fish out of water.
Yeah,
at Dunbar. So,
but you were able to move with these young people that from the 8th, because I had a little foster daughter. Remember, Kristen. He took so good care of her. I'm surprised, Kristen. I forgot her last name.
It's not Roland, is it?
But no. But you took so good care of her, and like I said, I entrusted that because I knew what you were capable of doing. When I heard about the reputation that Forest Oak had changed, and then when I had gone down there, and it was just so organized, and you even implemented a reading time for the kids because you knew that was good.
And during that reading time, I actually taught because I wanted to see what the teachers was experiencing. So
that is the key.
I taught, so I wanted to see what the teachers was experiencing doing that reading initiative that we was doing.
That is good. That's what you have to do. Put yourself back in that position and see what's going on. So experience what's going on.
I never wanted to forget what teacher was going through, because my hat's off to any educator that's been in the classroom, because it is a challenge.
But I can assure you, they probably are not crying at the end of the year when the kids leave.
I think it was only that 1 year. That was the first year. I don't think I cried every year. That was the first year.
Oh, okay. So
first year. Literally, I'm gonna tell you. I had to go to their graduation because I wanted to make sure that I did not impact their education.
And you always made yourself available. I'm so glad that you kept yourself energized and in shape, mentally and physically, to do that. Okay, so contrast the difference in high school curriculum. I shouldn't say curriculum, but just high school issues as opposed to junior high, because you followed those kids there. But I bet there were a whole lot of other things that would have that you had to tackle in high school.
It is quadruple.
Oh,
challenge. You know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
expect
It's
quadruple.
quadruple the challenge because a lot of more activities that are going on. I like to be at every activity that my students were involved in as much as possible. If not, just literally showing up so they can, see the face. But there was a lot more meetings
Oh,
I had to
yeah.
attend, a lot more.
You had sports now. You have to incorporate that. Now you have to get them
Right,
enthusiastic about that. And
right. I had a great staff that bought in to the things that I was trying to do at Wyatt. I can't say enough for the staff. Some of the things that I did with staff at Forest Oak, I kind of did with Wyatt for us, taking them to schools that actually look like us to try to get some ideas. One of the ideas that we ended up taking was, I don't know if if you've been back to Wyatt. Well, it was there when you was there, but the banners that we have in the cafeteria.
oh,
that
yeah,
hang
yeah.
down. I actually got that idea from going to a South Grand Prairie 9th grade campus,
Okay.
and so kind of be able to recognize those accomplishments that not just through sports, but also through academics, the accomplishments that the campus was able to make. So I
Okay.
want to make sure that that was visible.
And you made significant accomplishments at ODY. Like you said, you had become principal of the year. That was at Forest Oak anyway. 2002, in 2004, you accepted a promotion to ODY. Okay. While there are numerous commendations from the state for your academic performance in the school, including recognition from Children at Risk.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us about that program, Children at Risk.
Children at Risk is it's like an evaluation of schools.
Okay.
So they evaluate the schools across the state of Texas. And in the Metroplex, we was over a 5-year period. Our growth, academic growth, was the highest of schools that look like us.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is great.
One of the things when I tell you that I try to promote the positive, because at that time we didn't have Facebook, any type of social media.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, we had billboards. We put oh yeah, we used to put advertise but the things I went and bought billboard ads and put up in our community the things that we was doing.
You did that?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And,
that's wonderful. All those things.
But we was fortunate also that we had Maritz partnered with us to help with attendance. And
so for our Facebook audience, what is Maritz?
It's a car dealership. I'm sorry, it's a car dealership.
Okay.
It's a car dealership. They partnered with us by providing a car for our students to have an opportunity to win.
That is wonderful.
In school years, I think at least 6 years we were able to give away a car.
Wow!
And all the students had to do was have 90% attendance to have an opportunity to be put in a drawing to win the car.
Okay, that's wonderful.
So it ended up being where our first couple of years, as it was in Forest Oak, our attendance improved like 4%. Our campus got like $10,000 from the district for improving attendance, and got similar incentive from the district for improving attendance at ODY.
Oh, that is wonderful. And you also got accolades for the ACT improvements there. And in a single year with all these programs that you implement, I can see how they would be beneficial with the educational system today. Now, the educational system has changed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking about some of the things how would you have, with some of the changes that they have, even with, I don't want to just call out specific program, but I just say DEI change. What would you have done during the COVID period? COVID was a challenge.
Most definitely.
Would it have been? I mean,
it was a challenge. I tell you, that's when my son actually got into education. Okay.
Okay.
And it was something that for a person who's teaching band.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he has to teach band for kids in school and online at the same time.
Oh wow.
That's impossible.
That's
literally impossible. But
he did it. He did. It was
but it's
a tedious task.
yeah,
I can imagine.
Oh yeah. And,
I can imagine.
And
a frightening period
for somebody just coming into education. And for somebody just coming into education, he didn't stay into education.
Okay. Oh, he did. He didn't stay in. Oh, okay.
Behind that experience.
Okay, I can imagine. I can imagine. And the gun violence. I mean, I don't remember us having to do those drills during that time. But
we did them. Oh yeah, we did them. We did. We don't. You know.
But it wasn't. I guess it's ongoing, as prevalent as it is now.
It probably started picking up probably the last couple of years I was there. It probably started picking up where it was required as the for us the district required the schools that every 30 days you had to,
okay, yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, right. Going in and out. And then you know, right now some of the changes that they've implemented in education, I mean, it probably wouldn't have bothered you because you sort of grounded in your faith. But you know, even requiring the 10 Commandments to be in school, posted in every classroom, would that wouldn't have been a problem for you, but for some, because the makeup of the school now, you know, there are a lot of different cultures making up the total population of school.
It is.
The time that you were there, it was what was the makeup? The ethnic makeup?
Probably 80% African American, 20% Hispanic.
Oh yeah, it really has changed. It really has changed a whole lot. So you didn't have to worry about any. Basically,
we had I had a couple of situations when I had one situation I was aware of. When we had promotion day, and it wasn't big enough for us to do it actually on our campus, so we ended up partnering with the Methodist Church down off of Evans. They allowed us to have our promotional day there, and we had one student who was a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay,
and they wasn't able to attend.
Okay,
so I had to kind of think about, you know, doing things like that, how it would impact some of the students.
Okay, well that's good. You've done well. Okay, one common link that I noticed with all of our leaders that have been our guests on this show is that you're sort of grounded in your faith. And I see that you indicated that on here, you know, even from Beth Eden Church, but you started out that journey knowing and having a relationship with the church. So how do you think that played a part in keeping you well-rounded and keeping you grounded? Because sometimes we can get a little elevated above and not able to reach those kids on that level, but you never did. You always were able to. So how did religion play an important part in how you came about to create plans and work with kids?
I think the caring piece. It was really important for me to for my kids to know that I cared about them as an individual. It was really important that they recognize that. You know, sometime in my discipline, it probably didn't always come through, but it was really important for me to that they recognize that. And I tried to do things outside of the realm where that would normally happen.
Okay.
I've literally there were times where it wasn't. I would actually take kids to lunch because they was actually doing good in school.
Okay, that's good.
You know what I mean? So they could be motivated to stay motivated.
That's good.
It wasn't nothing for me to go and do a home visit.
That's good.
You know what I mean? I shocked one kid because I said, I'm coming to your house.
And you did.
Yeah, they like, I was just
knock. Oh, good. Wow, that's good, Mr. Johnson.
There wasn't nothing for me to come to your house
and at all the games and
I would go to church. You know what I mean?
Oh, did you?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Yes. That's wonderful.
But it's all about having that caring spirit.
Yeah,
God cared for us. I wanted to make sure
that's
that I
right.
passed
That's
that
what
down.
keeps you grounded.
Pass that down.
And so they say you graduated from Ross Sterling, and you told a year 1970. So that's
79, and I'm proud of 79. Class
That's
79.
good.
You know what I mean? Class
I'm
of
somewhere
79.
in that decade
You know,
and earlier time in that year. But
some of my claim to fame in 79 was Yolanda Adams graduated from my class.
Really?
We went to school together.
How nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
we went to school
That's
together.
good.
Yeah. Also, behind me was Clyde Drexler. He was a year behind me.
Okay.
At my high school.
And that was in what part of Texas? It was just in Houston.
Yeah, it was in Houston. It's over there near Hobby Airport.
Okay, that's nice.
Sunnyside. And I didn't know at the time, but I don't know if you remember this tennis player. She's an African American tennis player, female. Her name was Zena Garrison.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, she went to my high school.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I do have some claim.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something funny now. Clyde don't know me personally, but Yolanda do.
Oh, okay.
Yolanda do. I have this joke I always tell people was my Yolanda used to sing over at Friendship West. My brother-in-law, he was
okay, Friendship West.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he was actually chief administrator over at Friendship West, and she was over there singing. And my brother-in-law had where I can get out because the artist was in the bus, and he told me, you don't know no Yolanda Adams, you don't know Yolanda Adams. So I get up on the bus, and she's at the back of the bus. As soon as I get on the bus, hey, Steve! Oh,
get out of here. Oh, my gosh. That's wonderful. That's good.
I'm going to tell you something.
Hey, that's right.
I'll tell you something funny about it now. I know she's not listening, but okay.
Just so happen Yolanda is, no, I don't know.
But I asked her, I said, Yolanda, I really would love for you to come to my school. I was principal at Wyatt at the time. I really would love for you to come and sing at my school. And she said, okay, yeah. So she gave me this number, okay, for me to call. Well, it was
at what school?
Wyatt? Yeah. It was so.
Okay.
I got this number. It was her manager, and I said, yeah. Lynn told me to call. He's like, oh well.
Okay. You just another person.
It didn't go no further than that.
Oh wow, you should have. Wait a minute.
If you gave me a price or something, I might have been. You know what I mean? It didn't go no further than that.
That would have been. You should have been more assertive. Hey, Yolanda told me to call. That's in hindsight. That's good. Well, I don't know Yolanda, but I know the person that knows Yolanda. So that's almost. That's a connection. That's good. So you have a lot of. So what do you attribute just in today's climate that keeps you balanced? Because you still are you retire,
right?
But not officially retired. You just. But let me not get ahead of myself. Then after you've done all this for the community, and we were really just gone home from Mr. Johnson at this high school because he had done so much. Then they promote you. How was that promotion? Were you seeking a promotion, or did they just see all the good works you did and say, wait a minute, we're going to pull them away from all these things? Because we were really looking forward to, having a continued experience with you. So how was the promotion?
It's not something that I was seeking, but in my mind, I knew it was time to do something different.
Okay.
It was time to do something different. So the experience was, it wasn't the experience that I had when I was on the campus.
Yeah.
It's a totally different.
And this is the executive director overseeing schools at all levels.
Yeah, at all levels.
It
was total experience. I didn't have the power that I had as a principal. Didn't have any money that I had as a principal.
You didn't have the money?
Nah, I had no money.
Oh, I would have thought that would have been more money.
I'm talking about when I say money, I don't have money to spend for campuses.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Kind of money,
okay. All right.
Yeah, it was. Of course, it was a couple more dollars, but.
But
I know what the relationships and stuff that you develop on campus, the different times where your staff gets together. You know, we used to do what, the Friday
we did a whole lot.
Friday payday. You know,
yeah, we did. Yeah, he had implemented a lot of things that went far beyond even the students getting together. He had sort of created some programs where teachers sort of fellowship. On Friday payday, he had breakfast, and a whole lot of times we had dinners, and that was really nice, Mr. Johnson. It created another kind of atmosphere, good relationship and good rapport. You got to have that team working with you.
You know, I fed you guys really good. You remember that? I fed them really good. Especially doing the STAR test.
Oh, wow.
It was a STAR, it was TOS. I can't remember which one it was,
both.
but I
fed
y'all real well. I want to make sure that
that's what you try to do.
Make sure y'all stay focused.
We were too full to do it. We had fried fish. We had barbecue. We had real food. Okay, real food. The kind of food that you took care of us, Mr. Johnson.
But they still didn't like me.
Well, you know that comes with the territory. You can't get everybody on board, but you got enough.
Yeah, I know.
You have to have that.
I know. You're only good at your last day in education, be honest about it. Literally, you're only good at your last day. You can do a whole bunch of good stuff, but all you had to have was one incident, and all of a sudden the people got
I know.
We got what you did.
That goes in all type of positions. Yeah, everything.
It does.
Everything.
But you have to be able to recognize that. You have to be able to recognize that.
Yeah.
And that kind of kept me balanced.
Oh yeah, knowing.
That anytime somebody can chunk a rock, I literally had a glass house I was staying in, and anytime somebody can chunk a rock in.
But see, you knew that, but it took some development to know that. Some people take it personal, and they don't know that, and those are the people that don't deal with things like you do, and so that's good.
About it too. I think for me, people get upset when teachers have a different opinion, or they, criticize certain things. But it was always in the back of my mind thinking they might have a point. You know what I mean? So I did not dismiss comments because it might have been something that I actually wasn't looking at. In some cases, their comments was true, and it's something that I needed to work on to try to improve as an administrator. Now you probably don't remember this. You probably do. We did this book study. You probably remember the book study we did.
Let me keep talking. It'll come to me.
I had the staff do a book study, and the book study was we were going to hold each other accountable. The teacher had to hold.
It's coming to me.
Teacher had to hold each other accountable, and they had to hold me accountable as the principal. Okay, and one of the things they wanted me to do as a principal was to be to notice them, to notice as a staff, because I had a habit of when I call people, I don't say hello. I say I need this done. So I had to break the habit of when I call somebody, I say, hello, how you doing?
Is that a personality trait? Because that was one of the little stigmas attached to Mr. Johnson. They would say he's disconnected because you were focused on what you were doing. And I understood when you walk down the hall and didn't speak. Some people.
Oh no! Like I tell
you were just focused on.
They told me that I had to make sure that when I walked down the hall, because I said, "How am I doing? Am I doing what y'all asked me to do?" And it was really important, for them to be able to share that with me. And I wanted to make sure that I accommodate. I'll tell you one thing that was really funny. I tell you. When I was in Forest Oak, because you said I was focused, I literally had a teacher come in my office crying, saying that I did not like them because when I walked down the hall, I didn't speak to them. And I was like, oh no, that is the furthest from the truth. Oh, man, I had to really make sure when I passed by her door, she got a hello.
And I possibly shouldn't say this. Mr. Johnson, I guess you had to build a boldness because you now in leadership over everybody. So you had to be assertive and just come out and tell them. There was one teacher that said, he doesn't like me. I said, yes, he does. Mr. Johnson is just like that. He likes you. She said, no, he doesn't. And I said, yes, he does. I said, what make you think that? He told me.
That is not
That
true.
probably was not true.
That is not
I
true.
said, oh, okay.
Now, some things people remember, but
you probably don't remember saying.
I don't never remember telling a teacher.
You probably didn't say, I don't like you.
My spirit.
You probably said, I don't like something, maybe, because classroom management she had an issue with classroom management. And you probably said, but in her mind, she took it as, he told me, in other words, in so many words. But it's good to be bold. It's good to, she knew. That's right. That's right. So you always knew that. Yep. You were one that be honest. That's what you had to do in order to build a relationship. Because sometimes you can have a staff. What is it like? Have you ever been in that position where you had the staff that didn't work with you? I know you were trying to create all these programs where you could, but have you ever had an issue? Because I know at ODY I had gone through a whole lot of different principals. And there were some who came in with this, this sort of dogmatic attitude. You didn't come in like that. You came in approachable. Right. And so some of the teachers just shut down. And I saw that. I saw the behavior in them. So sometimes they can make or break an administrator. Now you had an upper hand. You can send them wherever. But at that moment, it causes more stress. Have you ever been in that situation where you saw that they were not going to cooperate? And
not really. I was disappointed in one. We actually had an end of the year staff meeting. I was actually meeting with the leaders on the campus, and it was important to me to recognize teachers on the campus. It was, throughout the year, I want to share some positive things that was going on in the classroom. And at the end of the year, one of the teachers said, "Oh, we don't need no positives and notes." I'm like,
oh, okay.
I'm like,
where are you? You're totally disconnected.
And I actually had one staff member, stand up and say, "No, we do appreciate that."
Okay.
You know what I mean? I had a staff member that actually said, "We do appreciate that." I don't know if you remember, her name was Miss Johns. I'm saying that?
Oh yeah. I know. She lives in this community too. Yeah. So there were a whole lot of people when you left were praying, please send them back. There were a whole lot of people. Sometimes you don't miss things until you can always come up with reasons why you complain, and then you miss that type of leadership.
I tell you, I love Wyatt. I love the staff I had. I love the students. I can't say enough about the fellowships that I created with the staff and the students.
Okay.
I got memories that last me a lifetime.
Okay.
The things that I have experienced in a positive way. It's just beautiful people I've had the opportunity to work with and to be a part of their education.
That's good. That's good.
I have to say something about Diane. Diane was a positive force in my.
Well, since the guests don't see Diane, but she was director of special needs here in Fort Worth, and they have a relationship. So he's going to tell you, and maybe one day we can get her on the show. One day, real soon. So he's going to tell it. Now you can tell it. I just have to make sure that the audience knows.
For the kids who that went to special education, it was important to me that they got the education that was required. And if I saw something that was lacking, that was a need, I can always go to her, and she would make sure that those things that were missing was put in place. And I can't say enough for that. Even though she liked the Crimson Tide, I can't say enough.
Like the Crimson Tide, she graduated with me from University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
This is not a Roll Tide thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. This is not a Roll Tide podcast. Okay. Go TC Hornfog. TCU. I'm sorry. That's good. And y'all were always, and then you had it so exciting with the coaches and everything.
Oh man,
you know,
I love
you had,
I love my coaches.
oh yeah,
You know
you,
what I mean? The sad for me, excuse me, being a former football player,
oh
something
yeah,
like that. You know, I used to go down there and visit coaches. I would look at film. I don't know why I'm looking at film. You know, I'm down there watching
you're a
film.
hands-on administrator, which is good.
You know what I mean? But I love some Zachary Chris.
Oh yeah,
I love some Zachary Chris. I can't say enough for him. He's literally the spirit when I was there of the school.
okay,
He's a quiet voice, but he's literally the spirit. Anything I needed from him, anything I've asked of him, he made it happen. You know, I had a lot of people around me that I trusted, and I call it MIHs.
MIHs.
Make it happen.
Oh, look at you, look at you.
Make it happen.
Got to write that down.
Now I'll tell you something funny about Ms. Knox, okay? This
Do
is
not.
I'll tell you something funny about that. Okay, now and to be honest about it, when I came to Wyatt my first year, we had a $15,000 yearbook bill, okay? We had a $15,000 yearbook bill, and my supervisor made me pay for it. I had to pay for it, and I said, well, we're not gonna be doing yearbooks no more. Okay. We're not gonna be doing the yearbooks no more. And I say, oh no. My dog get ready to graduate. We're gonna have a yearbook. I said, okay, that's fine, but we ain't gonna be owing nobody no money. You're gonna make sure these yearbooks are paid for before they should get out of here. Because we ain't gonna have them sitting there.
Because the students, he had gotten them so excited. That was a good year. Those students were accomplishing so much. Mm-hmm. And you're right, my daughter just happened to be there.
Yeah, right. And, but then she said, my daughter had
and Colton Blake, I was trying to get him in there because he had accomplished so much too. But we didn't get a chance to get him in there. And Mr. Johnson let me do it, y'all. He let me go and start a yearbook.
She did a good job.
I started.
She actually started yearbooks back. Okay?
Oh yeah, that was good.
Every year after that, we had yearbooks, but everybody understood we wasn't gonna be owing nobody no money.
He didn't want to owe anything, so that was
you
good.
Gonna pay for the yearbook up front, everything gonna be paid for.
And we debate about how we could have sold more, but that's debatable. But either way, the yearbooks went off well.
Yeah, they did.
And so you were stamped in there for 2000 with
you started it back, okay? You started it back.
Well, I appreciate it because not everybody would have been on board with that. But those kids, that was a good year.
Yeah, it was.
Was that your last year?
No.
Okay.
When did she graduate?
2009.
No,
and I hope I think I'm right on that.
2011. Actually,
are these trivia questions? When did she graduate? I think I got it right. She'll let me know.
So
you left in 2011?
Yeah, 2011.
Okay.
I started in a leadership group at Wyatt. It was called Officers Designing Wyatt. And,
okay.
The different leaders, cheerleader captain, football captain.
That is so wonderful.
The band, the drum major, and I would have lunch with them to kind of discuss what was up and coming, try to get a feel from them, the voices of the students.
Those things are so important, Mr. Johnson. I wonder if anybody taking some of your strategies and trying to. I know things have changed in education, but those type things seem like they would work, even in this day and time. But I wonder if someone is asking your input on how when you were.
When I became a director, one of the things that the district was doing was trying to get the high schools to have a leadership group on their campus where they would actually meet with the principal. Now, I've been out over 5 years now. I'm not sure where all that is at right now, but those are some things I know that they was working on when I was a director.
No, that's good. Maybe your church or neighboring churches can get together and try to implement.
Our church, we have what is called a Good News Club.
Okay.
And Good News Club is where we evangelize to kids in elementary school.
Okay.
And we have 5 schools that are actually in the community that we go to school once a week for 6 weeks each semester. And we spend an hour with them after school doing Bible lessons.
Okay.
And we got Oakland, John T. White, C.C. Moss, and David K. Sellers. Those are schools that we partner with. We actually, our new pastors, I'm excited about our new pastors, Dr. James Bodner. He's doing some great things.
I heard about some great things.
He's doing some great things over at Beth Eden. He the principal shared with them that they weren't able to do promotions at their school because they really don't have any room. And she asked could they use our facilities, and we allowed them to use the facility this past year. And
that's good.
It was good turnout, and we actually fed them for their reception and stuff. So,
that's wonderful.
So we're trying to partner with do things with the schools in the community.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's why we have to keep these things going, because things have changed. So, and they would need that to, just try to find a way. Because I know you're. I'm not gonna say happy, as far as though, because Fort Worth ISD. That's what we heard. Might let's see, might be taken over by the state. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that like that because Forest Oak didn't get the grade.
Yeah, that's actually what Forest Oak was actually Glencrest.
Oh, okay.
It was
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Forest Oak. I got it.
I still got a little for Forest Oak. Glencrest actually was converted to Forest Oak 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
It was converted to Forest Oak 6th grade, and Forest Oak 6th grade now resides in Forest Oak. So Glencrest no longer exists.
Okay. But that's still a possibility that the state would take over Fort Worth ISD school district as a result of them not having. So that would have been a complicated situation for you. But like you said, you're still working with it through your church.
Right.
So
working with the elementary schools. We have 5 schools that we partner with.
Okay. I guess Clifford Davis wouldn't be because they have too many different ethnicity cultures.
Be honest about it, when we started the program, it's probably it might have been 5 years ago. It might be longer than that. But when we started, we reached out to the elementary schools within our area.
All right.
And some schools already had a club going through another church.
Okay.
So that's probably the reason why we didn't get Clifford Davis, because we wanted to make
sure. And this is a multicultural campus, so not all of them are based, all of them are not focused on a particular religion. So do y'all practice?
See, the thing is that with the Good News Club, you have to have a permission slip in order to attend.
Okay, I got you.
Parents have to sign off for the kids to attend.
That's good.
So we don't allow, we have some kids who want to come in. If your parents don't sign off, you can't come in.
Okay, all right.
You can't come in, so.
Well, that's good, Mr. Johnson. So, and like I said, retirement is really not retirement because he's into so much, and especially the things that you're doing. You're doing a wonderful job. So, what's next? Politics? Possibly.
Politics.
Will you put your name in that arena? Oh, you don't think so? No. You have so many great ideas. I'm quite sure you can help Congress.
No. We're gonna do a pass on that one. Willie gave me an interesting thing. He said he might want me to do a podcast, so we might be on a podcast.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
We'll see how that works out.
That's wonderful.
I ain't told my wife yet because she's probably gonna be on there too.
Well, you didn't tell her about the move, so she. Y'all have such a. I see you on Facebook, so I don't do Facebook. It's sort of overwhelming for my brain. I try to do it. So, but I see you, and I see happy times, and I see things that you are doing that you enjoying your retirement. Partial retire. Yeah. You got to, like they say, YOLO. You only live once.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's good. That's good.
We don't know when our time, so
okay, that's right. You got to enjoy and do. And that's good that you exploring and doing a whole lot of things. But since politics, we've eliminated politics, and I know we have to wind this down. Do you have anything that you would like to leave with our Facebook audience? Anything that you think that you might want them to know or remember you from, or something that you think might be inspiring to them that might help them to want to grow and move better?
I just thank you, Ms. Knox, for just thinking of me to be on this podcast today. I'm excited that you are doing this, that you seem to be excited. You know what I mean? I think it's for the community, I think it's a great deal. It's a great deal. And as I said earlier, remember the phrase I used to say on the announcement, if you believe,
that's right,
you can achieve.
That's right. That's right.
I still believe
that's
that
right.
now. If you believe that you can achieve. The church that I'm at, I'm excited about the things that we're doing. I'm just gonna put out a commercial, a pub. We coming up. We do a community block party. And that's the third.
Let's write that down, y'all. Community block party. Beth Eden.
In September, we do a community block party where we do a 1 mile run walk.
Oh, well, let's not write that down. No, I'm just kidding.
1 mile run walk. We have different activities. Wonderful. We bring in O.D. Wyatt's drum line.
Oh, wow.
Comes out, and we have North Crowley dancers going to be with us.
That is exciting, Mr. Johnson.
Hoping to get South Hills to come out and their band to come and perform. We have a lot of things for the young people.
You say you are a director of education at your church, or what was the title?
Director of Christian Education.
Christian Education, that's great. So those same principles that you use in creating positive programs in the school, you're now using them, utilizing them in the church, and still benefiting the community. Yeah, you couldn't ask for better than that. That is wonderful, Mr. Johnson. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. We're good. That's good. A block party, y'all. Block party at Beth Eden. No.
The block party is going to be the 20th.
20th
of September. It's from 9 to 1. Actually 9 to 2. I'm sorry. 9
oh, that is wonderful.
And each hour we give away a prize. We start off with 25, moves up to 50. The 75 in the last hour was $100. So
okay,
but you got to be there to win.
You got to be there. Yeah, that's right. You got to be there all 4 hours, 9 to 1, 9. You know. Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Johnson. I just applaud you in everything that you're doing, Mr. Johnson, and thank y'all. If y'all you believe, you can achieve. So we're gonna keep that in mind, that motto, and that's what he kept instilling in us, and that's what we feed to our community. Thank y'all again, Facebook. Let me tell you, my name is Maureen, and I'm standing in for Willie Strickland, who is the host here at the podcast at Forest Hill Library. Y'all, we want you to stay tuned because we have a special guest next week that I know you're going to enjoy, because she's done a whole lot just in the community, and you're going to like her pleasant smile and what she brings. So stay tuned next week, same time, noon, same podcast. Give it up again for Mr. Stephen Johnson, y'all. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you very much. All right, you'll see. You know, that is wonderful.